Bonjour, bienvenue au French Tech Podcast. Welcome to the French Tech Podcast recording here at the Asia Startup Summit co-organized by the French Chamber of Commerce and the French Tech Singapore. Very happy to welcome Eric from CAAREA, if I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, you do.
Could I ask you to quickly introduce yourself and your company?
Okay, so I'm Eric Lassus. I'm from CAAREA. CAAREA is both an MGA and InsurTech that specialize in automotive mobility and that provide services around the automotive mobility to ensure the continuity of driver's journey from A to Z.
All right, that's interesting. I guess there's a lot of work to be done. You describe yourself as an insurtech?
We're not exactly an insurtech. We combine an MGA with new technologies. So ultimately, what we want to provide is a platform, a B2B platform, providing and aggregating services to ensure the mobility continuity for drivers.
So mobility continuity, what does that mean?
It means, just to give you an example, the day you buy a car, your car is brand new, but the week after your car is a used car. So during the lifespan of your vehicle, you'll need to keep mechanical coverage, and to ensure that you'll be able to drive your vehicle whatever happens, or to have a replacement vehicle if need be, or to have assistance if need be. So we help insurers to design and to underwrite such covers to accompany drivers not only during the first year or the first 3 years after the initial purchase, but even after, when the car gets used and becomes a used car. But the need to protect your motor still remains, whatever happens.
So you're helping them underwrite for these kinds of coverages. Is that a very challenging job? Is it difficult for insurers to do this kind of underwriting in particular?
It's quite difficult. For example, we are focusing a lot on products like extended warranty, or gap insurance. So sorry, it's a bit technical, but ultimately, in case of breakdown, we intervene to ensure the repairs, etc. So it's a complex job where you have both some technical, mechanical aspects, where claim management is not easy because you need to have guys who know what's under the hood. And so I would say it's quite complex, and the risks behind are quite high, because when a car manufacturer launches a new brand or a new vehicle, you don't exactly know what's going to happen to your electric battery or to your motor in 2 or 3 years following the acquisition. So being able to provide guarantees and insurance on this is useful for insurers, and we are strongly supported by reinsurers to deal with this risk. So basically we provide the whole chain, from reinsurance to underwriting and to administration of the claims, and that's why we'll need to cooperate with some startups and insurtechs to ensure that at the end of the day we have the best mobility platform.
All right, good. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, because a large part of that sounds to me like it's tech-powered, or at least tech-enabled. There might even be AI applications in there somewhere. There might be some ways to leverage data in interesting ways that are non-obvious, correct?
Absolutely. It's not the case yet. We're a small company. We're just 9 of us. So.
Oh, really?
Okay. But still 50% for new business is generated in China with big players like PICC and Ping An. So we see there is an appetite from potential partners for mobility. That's very obvious. But we have more than 800,000 vehicles insured.
Oh, wow.
And the largest proportion of new business comes from Asia. And one of the reasons we are here is we think Southeast Asia, especially Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, can be a growth engine for us, and we're looking for new partners to grow our mobility business here.
Very interesting. Could I ask you to talk about, well, you mentioned the opportunity here, right? It's very very diverse here in the region. A lot of opportunity, especially when it comes to car coverage, I think, because car ownership is really a very big thing in Southeast Asia, and it's growing, right? More and more people are buying cars.
It's growing, but the big trend will still be to move from ownership to usage.
Right.
So I think the beauty of the business is that for, I would say, traditional insurers, you still have 1.2 billion old cars to insure every year. So that's good news for the old industry. But when you see all the Gojek and Grab coming, it's disrupting the old automotive industry, and it gives room for newcomers to disrupt the market in a way, or to at least to bring additional solutions to help the industry transform itself and adapt to these big changes.
Very, very interesting. And definitely, when you look at certain markets that are very different here, like for example in Thailand, there's a lot of these Grabs, these ride-hailing services that you mentioned, right? And the biggest car ownership growth, I think, is coming from second-hand cars.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Actually, the number of new cars tends to level off in some Southeast Asia countries. It means that the number of used cars will keep growing, and so bringing a solution for this market segment really makes sense. And most of the insurers don't really like used cars, and that's why you need to have reinsurance plus insurance plus MGA capabilities to really fine-tune your underwriting approach.
That's why you need that whole stack and that holistic approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's terrific. So we're here at the Asia Startup Summit. Your impression so far?
My impression is that I'm not surprised, but Singapore will certainly be the hub for insurtechs in Southeast Asia. That's for sure. The environment is so business friendly, and the city is just a great city. So I guess it will attract many entrepreneurs, and I'm very sure that Singapore efforts to become a leader in insurtech will really become a reality.
I certainly hope so. Well, thank you, Eric, for taking the time to talk to us today. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.